So for 311, we're talking about circles. So imagine a circle. Well, it says the distance from the center to any point on the circle is called the radius. So if I wanted to define a solution set is normally just all the points on a line. So all the points on a line. So the solution set of an equation of a circle is all of the points that lie on the circle. So this question says to label the center of its circle with the coordinates and label the radius r. So here's the center. It's at 0, 0, and this is the radius, it's r. So we're supposed to label the point where the radius meets the circle with the ordered pair x, y. So we can actually use a form of the distance formula will actually help us figure out the equation of a circle. So the equation of a circle with it centered at the origin, that's important, is the ordered pair, is the equation x squared plus y squared equals r squared. X squared plus y squared equals r squared. So when you make the circle bigger or smaller, you are changing the radius. So moving on where it says page 11, it says use the tool to move the center of the circle to each of the following points and write each equation for the circle. So none of these have a center at 0, 0. They all have a center that's not there. So we need to first figure out what's our formula for our equation. So this is the standard. I'm just writing here because I need space. Standard equation, but not at the origin. If it's not at the origin, this formula is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared, where h, k is the center. Now what you need to notice is that in the formula they're negative, and in the ordered pair they're positive. So they're always the opposite sign. They're always the opposite sign. So that means if my center was at 1, 2, then this equation would be x minus 1 plus y minus 2, x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals the radius squared, whatever the radius was. So for the next one, it would be x plus 3 squared plus y minus 4 squared equals our radius squared. For negative 5, negative 6, it would be x plus 5 squared plus y plus 6 squared equals r squared. And for a center of 4, 1, it would be x minus 4 squared plus y plus 1 squared equals the radius squared. So moving on to the checkup. For number 1, I'm supposed to, the circle below is centered at the origin and the length of its radius is 3. Write the equation for the circle. Well, if it's at the origin, it's just x squared plus y squared equals r squared. We know what r squared is. We told us r squared was 3, so we would write 3 squared. Or we could also write this as x squared plus y squared equals 9, because 3 squared is 9. They're the same thing. Number 3, the equation for the circle below is x squared plus y squared equals 81. What's the radius? Well, remember, normally it equals the radius squared, so we just have to figure out what number squared gives us 81. Well, that would be, so we'd need to find the square root of 81, and the square root of 81 would be 9. So our radius in this case would be 9. Number 5 says the circle below is centered at the point 1, 2 and has a radius length of 2. Write the equation. So this circle formula is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Well, my center is at 1, 2, and my radius is 2. So it's going to be x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 2 squared, which I could also write as x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 4. Number 7, the circle below is centered at the point 5, negative 2 and has a radius of 4. Write the equation. So my center is 5, 2, that means 5, negative 2, so it's going to be x minus 5 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 4 squared, which I could also write as x minus 5 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 16. And number 9, the circle below is centered at the point negative 3.2, negative 3.5, and has a radius of 5.5. Write the equation for the circle. So my formula is x minus negative 3.2, so x plus 3.2 squared, plus y, and then the opposite of 3.5, or negative 3.5, so positive 3.5 squared, equals my radius squared equals 5.5 squared. And this time I'm just going to leave it as 5.5 squared because 5.5 squared is going to give us another decimal.